Hi, my name's Amelia and I'm hungry. And this week, my guest star will be Vincenzo Piernicaro.
Hello. Hi, I'm very excited to be here today, and we're going to be cooking some good stuff tonight.
I actually will not be doing a lot of the explaining because this is his family's recipe.
Yes, indeed. So on tonight's menu, we will be having a prosciutto and ricotta cheese filled ravioli with a nice pesto cream sauce on top.
It's going to be very good, very Italian.
Lots of steps, but easy steps.
So what's first?
So we're going to start, Amelia, with our nice pesto sauce that will be added into the cream sauce. Let me explain of what we have here. We have pine nuts, some Romano cheese. Don't get the kind. Make sure to grate it. Then take basil and parsley, okay? A trick is many people think to take off the stems, but for this recipe, you can leave about a half an inch, a couple like maybe smaller stems on each leaf. You're gonna want about a cup of each basil and parsley, so 2 cups total. 2 garlic cloves, and then just take olive oil and you will see by the consistency of how you'd like it, and then salt and pepper as well. Right, Amelia.
Okay.
So now, Amelia, can you explain to our viewers what you do to take off the skin of garlic, please?
You smash. Oh, this is scary.
Like
right?
so, and then you go.
I'm scared I'm gonna hurt myself
Okay,
doing.
yeah. Don't try this at home. You take it, go down like so. As you can see, it just peels off real nicely.
Are we putting the whole clove in
You
there?
will put the whole clove in.
All right.
Okay, well, Amelia screwed that one up. So Amelia, if you'd like to mince that a little bit.
I would love to, because she's nice and minced. I'll do a nice close up.
Do you see this
Don't
beautiful?
pour it down the sink. It smells so good.
It
Is this from
does.
your-
I wish you were here.
Food.
Our viewers, Amelia.
Oh, so many. Do you think Guy will watch this?
Of course she will.
She
Yaga and
figured
I.
it.
All ingredients will go in the food processor except the olive oil right away.
Why?
The reason we do this is to get the ingredients somewhat minced and cut up before we add the olive oil, because then the ingredients become coated in olive oil, which makes it a little more difficult to get a nice clean cut on the ingredients.
I see.
Parsley and basil together. And what you're gonna do is shove it in. I hope we don't have technical difficulties because that would be embarrassing. How about we just start with the nice greens first?
Okay.
Let's hope this works, everybody. Okay.
I do not see much progress.
I don't either. So what we're gonna do now is add our dry ingredients, because maybe that'll give it some weight. So in this bag, I have a half a cup of pine nuts, half a cup of Romano cheese. Let's hope it all fits. See that weight, Amelia, how it brings it
Oh,
down?
I see that weight. What about the garlic?
We're
That goes
getting
in
there.
after that?
We're gonna throw it in right now, Meals.
Oh, I'm
You have
ready.
the privilege to do it. There you go.
Oh, you already know I love garlic.
So now, take your salt and pepper, and you can do it by eye to see how much you'd like. And then it's also a tasting thing. If you think it tastes good and needs more, do that. If you think it tastes good and doesn't need more, then you're fine.
How minced should it be? Like, should we have like chunks?
It should have little pieces that the olive oil will then mix together to have a nice grated. You do it? Okay, folks. And there you have it. The ingredients nicely put in.
Zoom in on that.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Now, extra virgin olive oil. Not the crappy kind, okay? This can go by eye, just to see what it looks like. Start the process.
What should the consistency be? Tell the folks at home.
So, folks at home, it should look a little chunky. It shouldn't be a puree. Some look like a puree, but our family always keeps it a little chunky.
I like that though, because then you get a nice bite.
You
of
get a
flavor.
nice little bite. So now we're gonna do a little bit of a taste test, folks, to
Well,
see
we
if it
love
tastes
that.
right. Oh, now that tastes like home to me. Oh my god, it tastes so good. I could eat this out of the bowl, folks,
Why do you always sound like an old man?
because that's how I grew up.
I love that. Now, what should we start on next?
Next, we will be starting on our dough for the ravioli. That is what you call good pesto, right there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put this in the fridge. Do we have a rolling pin?
Oh.
Well, folks, we have a little bit of a dilemma. We realize we do not have a rolling pin, so we've been searching around the basement. We'll keep you posted.
We found a rolling pin.
We have found her.
It was in the drawer.
Okay, so now we will start on our dough for our wraps. So it's Simple and easy if you watch and learn this technique that I will show you. With your flour, it'll be heaping. You don't want it to be heaping. Take the back end of it and go nicely, nicely, nicely. Beautiful. And you'll drop it. You're gonna want 2 of these. So now, technique. So you're gonna wanna make a well. With 2 cups of flour, you will need 2 to 3 eggs.
Got it.
So you'll crack an egg. Oh,
Jesus.
not like so, guys. 1 egg in. Take another.
Kind of reminds me of how one makes fried rice.
Correct. Crack the yolk with 1 finger. Start bringing flour over. But careful, see what happens? Is that the whites begin to slide out. You're gonna take it and slowly start going like so.
I like the goopy bits.
Correct.
How many years have you been making ravs?
Since I was a poor little child.
A poor in the northwest suburbs of
In
Chicago.
the northwest suburbs of Chicago.
Chicago. In my opinion, it looks like we might need 1 more egg.
Correct, Amelia.
Wow, I'm so proud of myself.
Good observation.
I like this feeling. This is like ASMR, but for your hands. This is very sticky, folks.
Yes.
But if you're into that, oh, it's starting to get doughier.
Correct.
I like this. Can I eat this?
You can try. When it starts breaking up and it's not a consistent, add some water to it. Pour a little water in. We need salt
On top of the dough? Or-
on top,
Okay.
just a little. We have put flour on our countertop after our dough was formed, and we just coated it with a nice, firm coat. So what we have now, take your knife that you used, cut this bad bitch in half. Because this will be going in the fridge for the meantime while we make our ricotta prosciutto
Perfect.
filling. Sorry, I feel like I'm in church.
Why?
The bells are ringing. So, we're gonna take our ricotta cheese. We open her up. We're gonna take the entire container of approximately 16 ounces of ricotta cheese. Add up a little bit. Make her look cute. Prosciutto! Prosciutto!
So what we were planning on doing was using about half, a little bit more, for the inside filling. Using the other half, and we're gonna like cook it on the stovetop. So she's nice and crisp, and put her on top. There are many people abroad who didn't like prosciutto, and I thought that they were absolutely insane. In their head. I don't know, I kind of like didn't want to associate with them. If you don't like prosciutto, get out of my life.
Get out of the video. Stop watching now. I highly recommend once you are done like doing your simple cuts, take the pieces in your hand and just start pulling them apart.
Easier than any work of a nice movie.
Half a cup of prosciutto in the mix. We're gonna mix her up nicely. Now, you could be risque and put a nice little touch of parsley. A moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
She's thick.
Throw a little bit of olive oil in. Just for flavor.
Do your handy dandy garlic trick. I'm so hungry.
Add some Parmesan cheese in the mix.
We're going to be using the rest of the Parmesan for our cream sauce. Oh,
Tastes wonderful?
yeah. It's okay.
Let me smell. Oh, baby. The fridge. Changing position, starting now.
Hello, folks.
And we're back.
Let's get a pot.
Not the pot that you smoked.
So, we're not following a direct recipe, but I got the gist of how to make a nice
Cream sauce.
Because we are bold, we're using heavy whipping cream opposed to milk.
Correct. We will start with butter in our pan first, and then add milk and flour.
Well, heavy whipping cream.
Correct.
Yeah, a decent chunk of butter, I'd say.
Oh, I do.
About half of this.
Oh, exactly. She's sliding.
We should probably get our salt and pepper. Nicely season it.
Okay, we're gonna add some wine.
I made the executive decision that we should add some garlic as well. Gonna chop up some garlic.
Add a little bit of wine. So continue to let this boil. Once it boils, that means the alcohol is coming out.
Alcohol.
The alcohol. And then that is when you'll add your Parmesan cheese. Hallelujah, can I get an amen?
Amen. Oh, we need a little bit of flour. Now, making cream sauce is a little bit tricky because if you add too much flour, you're screwed.
You're done.
You messed it up. So we'll add a little pinch at a time, especially since we used heavy whipping cream. We don't need to do that much work to make it thick. We'll just be adding flour, honestly, to make the sauce a tad less watery and thin but the flavor you don't really need the flour for.
Yes. So now, my friends,
There we go.
we're at a nice boil, and we will now be adding our Parmesan cheese. Would you like to do the honors?
I would love nothing more than do the honors. I'd recommend adding a little bit at a time so you don't get like one glob.
Now, you may be thinking, where's the pesto? And
Where
we
is
didn't
she?
forget. She's in the fridge, and she's ready to come on in.
Oh, hell yes. We ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Big spoonful, guys.
That's a nice minty color.
Looks beautiful to me.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Oh my. Oh man. Wow. Guys, we outdid ourselves over here. I don't think I've ever had a better pesto sauce in my entire life. Holy shit.
So good. You're pretty good at that.
I can do it with my eyes closed. Raviolis. No, not yet. Meals. Now, friends, this is the very, very difficult part. You need flour on the table.
You got it, Phoebe.
Now, don't forget to roll
Oh.
your rolling pin with some flour. You'll take 1/2 of our dough that we've previously made. Work with it. You're gonna want to knead it.
How many times do you think you should knead it?
Not too much, because then your dough becomes, firm and too hard.
Now, is there any technique that you'd like to share with rolling?
No. Do it as much as you can.
Now, when you make it, do you just roll it or do you have one of those pasta
We have a
makers?
machine.
Okay, so we need to roll it pretty
Correct.
Work it, work it.
You just gotta keep working at it. Never give up.
That goes with many things in life. Never give up on your dreams.
Meals, would you like to roll some?
I would love to roll some. Nothing would make me happier.
Would you like me to take over?
I would not.
Oh, wow. Okay. Big girl in the kitchen.
This is meals with meals.
Meals with this. Meet Hake. Hake is my favorite little boy in the world. He's just a cute little old man.
He is 13.
He is kicking, I'll
He
tell
really
you that.
is.
Okay, look at that face. Look at how cute he looks. This is the best we're gonna get it, guys. And
If
we're
you
just
have
gonna
one
roll
of
with
those
it.
little thingies,
Use it.
definitely use it, but we do not.
We're gonna wanna cut it, cut it, cut it.
So it's a nice square.
Nice rectangular. A nice piece of dough.
Uh-oh, what's happening there?
There's a little flap.
We love that.
Now that we have our ravioli dough ready, rolled, and ready to go, we will now start with the cutting process. With this, we're gonna need a fork, Amelia.
I have a fork. We also have prepared just an egg wash. If you don't know what that is, you just crack an egg, whisk it.
It makes it easier for the doughs to stick together so they don't break apart in the water. So we grab our ricotta cheese mix, right? Take a nice little spoonful.
Grab another. How far apart do these need to be?
I would say an inch. You'll have roughly 15 raviolis. Brush, egg wash.
Where is this gonna go?
It will be on the perimeter, like so.
Now with these over here.
Needs to be a little more.
You gotta calm down. Vince is being very aggressive right now. I think we could have. It's been a minute since we started cooking. It's about almost 10 o'clock now.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So what I just did was I just put the top layer on top of our wraps. What you're gonna wanna do with those air pockets is push down so it's touching the egg wash. Where's our handy dandy knife? Found her. Just wanted to make that cut.
So what we're doing is we're scraping away the edges, and we're gonna just lightly press down with our fork to seal the deal. Beautiful.
And that, my friend, is a ravioli with meals with meals.
We have finished making all of our wraps. We have 15 wraps for the two of us. Probably should have made more because we eat a lot.
We're big eaters over here.
We're going to heat up our prosciutto in a pan, which will be our little nice crunchy topping. Heat up your pan, put some prosciutto in there. Beautiful. That's it. Let's put in our wraps. Yeah. Okay, we'll put in our
There we go.
If you don't know, when you're cooking ravioli, you'll know when it's ready when it starts to rise to the top. Right now it's
Rising.
it's rising, but I know it's not done yet. So maybe we should cook one time.
Like three.
2, 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, everything's happening right now. That's starting to bubble. This is oh my god. I want to burn her a little bit. I really want to get a nice crunch on the prosciutto. Since everything's going to be so soft, it'd be nice to have a little crunchy contrast. Wow! Also, with your boiling water, you're going to want to add a little bit of olive oil in the pot. And that'll give some nice flavor. I always add a little bit of salt too.
Amelia. God damn.
It's okay. The heat will cook it off the bacteria.
Oh my god. I wish you could try this.
Gordon Ramsay would be quaking. I gotta chop up the prosciutto. It's been a wild, wild journey, but today we're finally gonna plate our food. Take your ladle, take a nice dollop of sauce, pour it over your wraps. Oh, this is beautiful. Then take a little bit of your prosciutto, for some color. We're gonna put a little bit of cheese on top. Oh, baby. Oh my gosh. That is the most beautiful ravioli I've ever seen.
And there you have it, folks.
The moment of truth. Cut it open.
Ready?
Ready?
3,
Clink.
2, 1.
Oh my god.
I'm blown away. That could honestly be in a restaurant right now.
Holy
Sorry, I'm just gonna keep eating. The prosciutto.
Alright, folks.
I'm sorry. Wow.
Well, I didn't speak much in this video. Vince really did it all, and I would like to thank Vince for coming on our show today
Hey, I had a
and
great
teaching
time.
us how to make some really good wraps.
I had a great time. We'll definitely be doing this again.
Oh, we'll definitely be doing this again. Maybe some Greek food next
Yep.
time. Okay, thank you all. We're gonna keep eating.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll
All right,
catch you next
it's time to eat. Hello, welcome to another Meals with Meals. Today I have
Hello.
Vince O'Brill. We are taking you behind the scenes. We're trying to find basil and we're failing, but now we are on the hunt for some cream. Get the heavy kind. Oh, no, get the $4.99 up there.
We need that much heavy whipping cream?
Check.
Oh my god, they got flan.
We need eggs, yeah. We'll get a whole dozen.
Get the 88 cents.
Oh, hell yeah.
How are we looking?
They're looking good. Let's get some Parmesan.
This is shredded Parmesan.
Is there a bigger one?
I think that's enough. We're making a video. We're gonna be famous.